Trauma and drama creates the rich voice. Ditch your bitch voice. Find your rich one. The voices we end up listening to oftentimes create our destiny. Okay, I'm going to say that again. The voices we oftentimes listen to create our destiny. Welcome to another episode of Self-Employed Success Secrets. Monday edition. This is a very important video. On this video, we're going to talk about the two voices you're going to wrestle with your entire life. Okay, 20 years from now, 25 years from now, the truths in this video shared are going to matter. Okay? Your rich voice and your bitch voice. Okay? I'm going to help you find your rich one so you can have a happy life. Okay? Now, we've all seen movies where you got the devil and the angel on each shoulder. The devil is telling you, hey, you can't do it. The angel is telling you can. I'm going to tell you, even though we may have watched those movies and it may have been it kind of was just a fairy tale or just a children's movie, there's a lot of truth in the devil and the angel talking on either shoulder and in both ears. But we'll talk about this when we get into the meat of the video. In today's episode, well, let's first talk about this channel. This channel is dedicated to help you become superbly self-employed, sublimely self-employed. Okay, to help you to win. And one of the biggest obstacles you're going to fight is wrestling with your bitch voice and your rich voice. Okay, so let's talk about these two voices. So let's talk about first what they're born from. Your rich voice is born from abundance, okay, and awareness. It knows the truth about you, the good things about you, that you can do it. You have the strength, you have the resources, you have the people, you have the connections, you have the brain power. Your bitch voice speaks from a place of lack and ultimately leads to death and despair. Your bitch voice tells you you can't do it, you don't have enough, you'll never make it. It's the voice of doubt, okay? And it's another thing, your bitch voice is your voice of doubt, is the voice of doubt within and without. It's a reverberative doubting voice. You doubt yourself on the inside. Because you doubt yourself on the inside, you look on the outside. The doubt from the outside, the dearth, the scantness on the outside reflects right back to the scantness of self-esteem you have on the inside. So you feel less than inside. You look outside, there's less than. You feel even less than on the inside, like there's no way I can do this. And you reflect that back out. And your ambient environment is saying, yeah, you're not strong enough. You don't have enough time. You don't have whatever. And I would say I would surmise that most people reside in the bitch voice and they end up losing, okay? But your rich voice, whole different world, okay? The rich voice is the one that says, hey, I can do this. The rich voice is the one where you've heard stories of a desperate mom lifting a car off of her child, that if she doesn't lift this car off of the kid's gonna die. In Batman, he becomes Batman. I know it's a fictional tale, but in Batman, he becomes Batman because he saw his parents get murdered. That trauma, I'm going to talk about this later in the video too, is trauma and drama creates the rich voice, okay? The voice that can do many things, can do great things, okay? But the voice of doubt, the bitch voice, the voice of doubt and within and without is endemic to humans. It just comes naturally. Humans naturally doubt. When you hear a commercial on TV, you naturally doubt. When someone's telling you, you naturally doubt. That is a very common response. Humans are wont to doubt. It ends up hurting them because a lot of things in life are going to come by faith. Okay? So you want to stay away from the bitch voice, the normal course of events you have in your mind. Not believing, not trying to see, not trying to understand. You just judge it and move on. And see the bad things about it. Don't be like most people. Don't just see what's bad. Don't just judge something as bad based on your 2-second experience with it and then go on to the next thing. Okay, it's going to end up leading to death. Think to yourself, where has the voice of doubt gotten you? The voice of insecurity gotten you? Nothing. But I think a lot of people in their lives, a few times in life, they've had that rich voice come out. When there's trauma or drama, this is when the rich voice tends to come out. For me, the first interaction I probably had with my rich voice was when I was going through a really hard time in high school. It has nothing to do with being self-employed. We'll talk about it in a second. I was going through a terrible time in my high school, getting bullied, not making the sports teams that I wanted, just going through a really hard time, feeling unhappy and feeling lost. Okay, and then part of me was like, you know what? I can create a better future for myself. It came out of trauma. Okay, I was going through a traumatic time during my time in high school. I was going to a high school in the South in Powder Springs, Georgia, and there was this really young couple in my math class. This white girl and this white guy. She drew a noose. And she was like, "Yeah, we're gonna hang you." This is in fucking 10th grade in high school. I was like, "I get the fuck out of here." Okay. I went through some trauma. This is how the rich voice, when I ended up writing a letter to a private school. They let me in. It changed my life. Okay, the rich voice is born out of trauma first. Like Batman. He became Batman. This unstoppable warrior because he went through the trauma seeing his parents get unjustly killed. Oprah becomes a billionaire because she went through trauma of being abused and neglected and poor as a kid. These stories are all over the place. Some of the people who've done the most monumental things went through some of the craziest trauma. The Bible talks about Jesus became the author and the finisher of our faith, the captain of the founder of the author of our salvation because of all the things he went through. Trauma creates the rich voice. Listen up in this video. Okay? Something gut-wrenching, whether you get fired from your job or a breakup or something really, really bad happens, creates the rich voice saying, never again. I'll never have a presentation this bad. I'll never look this bad on a job. I'll never say this thing that causes this person to leave. And the rich voice is born. That's the first half is out of trauma. The next is drama. Whether that be a time constraint, or you got to fight someone, you got to fight for your life. There's a rich voice inside you that can get you a lot of stuff you want, but you got to tap into it. And you got to know how to use your trauma and use your drama to find that. I had to use it the other week when I had a deadline done. I was just like, no, I'm gonna do it. Remember, your rich voice is the voice of certainty and adversity. It says, you know what? I only got X amount of time. You ever seen a game-winning comeback in football or basketball? It's the rich voice. Someone saying, you know what? It's time to turn up. Okay? The rich voice is real. The bitch voice is the one where you choke. The bitch voice when you're taking a test or taking an exam to get a certification and you start getting queasy and you forget about the stuff that you studied because you get so nervous. That's the bitch voice. The rich voice, like, you know what? This is my last fucking chance. If I don't pass, I'm not going to go to college. You need to tap into your rich voice. You tap into it through trauma or drama. Like I said, time constraint, some sort of problem. You can't get to X, Y, and Z if you don't get this money. You'll find a way to get this money. And everybody has it. Everybody has access to their bitch voice and their rich voice, but too many people succumb to their bitch voice and end up living a less than a subpar life because of listening to the voice of doubt within and without. Their doubt within creates doubts outside. The doubts outside create more doubt inside, and it just becomes it's a spiral. It's a vicious cycle. When the rich voice is a virtuous cycle, it is basically saying, you know what? I am stronger than every circumstance that comes against me. Whether it's a time constraint, whether it's someone saying no to me. Okay? You can find your rich voice, but tap into the trauma and the drama. And you're like, what if you said, I've never had any trauma in my life? Well, live long enough, you will use that time to find your rich voice. The voice is like, I have enough time, I have enough energy. Remember, the rich voice is the voice of certainty in adversity. You know what? I'm getting this client and that's it. And your brain will find a way to fix it. The Bible says, decree a thing and light will shine on your ways. That is the rich voice. The voice that was going to get you everything you want in your life is the rich voice. Born out of trauma and drama. Okay? Keep this in mind as you live your life. Look at your past trauma. Look at the drama around you, whether the drama is you're buried in debt, or you don't have any friends, or you're overweight, or you're unhappy in life, or you're 45 and you just got divorced, or some hell you're going through. Look at the trauma and the drama around you and use that to pull the rich voice out of your soul. Instead of just doing what's normal and natural. What's normal and natural is the bitch voice, the voice of doubt, the voice of lack, the voice of I'm not good enough. Okay? So just keep that in mind. When you're at work and your boss is like, hey, this thing is due tomorrow and you haven't started, tap into the rich voice. The rich voice will find certainty. It'll get it done in that span of time and you'll be fine. And I've seen it over and over again. It's amazing. Okay, but we all have those two voices and we choose what we do. You can decide right now to be like, you know what, I'm going to find the certainty in the adversity. Because when you have a business, it's only going to get harder and harder. As you get more clients, get more responsibilities, it's only get harder and harder. You need to tap more and more into that rich voice and less into your bitch one. When you make a big mistake and you lose something valuable to you, you say to yourself, never again. That is the trauma you went through. There's a lot of people who have a lot of money. They were really poor at one time and they said to themselves, never again will I be that poor. That's the rich voice. It is certainty in adversity. It's when you're going up against 10 other people for something, for a job, and you say to yourself, I'm winning this. That is the voice of certainty in adversity. And there's going to be times in your life where your back is against the wall and you're going to have to tap into this rich voice to get on the other side. Okay, and there's times that you want to get to the point where you're tapping into your rich voice when you don't need it, but you will see the power when you need it. When you're in some threatening situation that requires your absolute best for you to win, you can tap into it and you'll see what I mean. Okay, and it's inside of everybody. But most people's lives is dominated by the bitch voice instead of the rich voice. But every now and then the rich voice comes up. When you really want something, the rich voice will come up. It'll find a way. Okay? That's what I'm saying to you today. Your rich voice is born of trauma and drama. Look at your trauma. Use it to create the rich voice. Okay? You will feel this a lot when you get fired because your self-esteem is shocked. Your bank account is shocked. Okay, your the way you see life is shocked, and it wakes you up. You need these jolts every now and then, these wake-up calls, these micro traumas to help you find that rich voice and get the life you want, because your rich voice is going to be the author of the great life you're going to have in the future. If you're sick of being sad and losing and looking around and seeing other people enjoy life, and you're still where you were 2 years ago, tap into that rich voice. Look at the trauma and the drama around you making this something good. The drama is when, there could be something really bad going on in your neighborhood, community. You're like, you know what, we're going to fix this. The drama could be, the economy's bad and your family's like, how come you don't make more money? That's the drama. It's everywhere around you. You can use it for your benefit, okay? So remember that. Remember that your bitch voice is the voice of doubt within and without, and that your rich voice is the voice of certainty and adversity, and use it for your own benefit. Understand it's like a light switch. At any given time, you can turn on the rich voice, but you got to experience first through trauma or some sort of drama to help you see it. And then it's like a muscle. You use it over and over again. You can use it on command. I'm going to use my rich voice right now to get what I want, get where I want to go in life, okay? That's today's video. Hope you enjoyed it.